My name's Matt Passon. I'm a partner at Passon Powell Jenkins in Chicago.
My name is Jordan Powell. I'm a partner with Passon, Powell, and Jenkins in Chicago.
Our client was an 87-year-old man who, due to having some early onset dementia, was at a Chicagoland memory care facility. Due to his progressing dementia, needed certain safety measures in place to make sure that he was kept safe, that he would not, leave the facility on his own.
What ended up happening is he left the locked unit without anybody acknowledging him doing so or without anybody attempting to redirect him. And in fact, what happened was there were two alarm systems in place that were both ignored.
He ended up wandering outside the facility and was found basically the next morning by a neighboring resident in a parking garage, and he ended up dying of hypothermia.
Once we started our investigation and started to do depositions, it became clear that negligence was not an issue.
The defense had admitted liability and essentially admitted causation, and what they were going to contest in this case, and contested all along, is the nature and extent of the damages. What they were trying to suggest through their testimony, through their expert, is that our client died what they would try to suggest would be a somewhat of a peaceful death without any pain and suffering or emotional distress.
That's where DK Global became instrumental in our case workup and bringing this case to resolution, because it was able to bring the decedent's last hours of his life to light and show in a way that was easy to understand and digestible what he went through for the last few hours of his life and how that affected his body, what his body went through, and ultimately culminating in his death.
The case ended up resolving at mediation, but it was the second mediation. The first mediation was prior to getting DK Global involved.
At that second mediation, we were able to successfully resolve the case. We believe in large part through our workup of building up the damages and the pain and suffering we know the decedent went through, and the illustration and animation that DK Global helped put together really showed this to them. And I think in a way that they were skeptical of taking the case to trial and letting a jury see that video.
The case settled for $2.875 million.
Going through that step-by-step process of getting the proper illustrations in place early on in the case to help you develop your case is essential for getting successful settlements and successful verdicts at trial.